Dragon Ball Daima is a deeply unserious show, but hear me out. I don't say that as an insult. I say that honestly as a compliment. Am I saying Dragon Ball Daima can't have emotional moments? No. Am I saying it won't have serious moments? No. But at its core, the show is silly as hell, and it's honestly a forgotten art form. It There's no better way to describe this other than the fact that we can go from here's this big minotaur coming in to eat us, to fight us. Most of these authors would just go the route of big monster, we gotta fight for our life. What happens? The minotaur gets pushed to the side, referred to as a cow, and Glorio and Goku throw hands because they have an argument of who's stronger. Glorio saying, "Shut the hell up, chump." And then Goku's like, "I don't know if you want to do this." And the fact that throughout the fight, this cow just progressively gets more and more shooketh, that by the end of it, when it's all said and done, he tries to tiptoe out of there and says, "Oh, actually, damn, I had a big ass lunch, you guys go on your merry way." The past couple episodes of this show have been so freaking wonderful and so entertaining, and as I've said over my videos, it does feel like something pulled from the past, and that's not a bad thing. Certain authors, whether it be an Oda or a Toriyama, they are a product of their time, and I don't think modern authors really have that same style. That can be both a good and bad thing, things should evolve. But watching something that really does feel like I'm watching an 80s anime, and how deeply unserious it can be, but then it can also sideswipe you, and it's going to. I mean, Glorio, he's been a shifty bastard this whole time, and even Kai's recognizing as such. Now he doesn't realize that he's working, apparently, with his sister there, but still, you know, at the end of the day, shit will get serious. But I love how at the core, it's a mixture of Goku taking a shit as people are looking for him, and giant monsters realizing they don't want to fight them. And I love that. For live reactions over on Patreon, if you want to see my full good thoughts on these episodes, you know it's over there exclusively. So we didn't talk about episode 5 on the channel last week. Simply put, Dragon Ball, it ain't that popular in terms of videos and discussions. It's not just a simply my channel thing. At the end of the day, Daima just isn't that popular. It's the sad and fortunate truth. So if you do want to continue seeing videos, you know, show support, because I like talking about this, but no matter what, I am going to be watching it over on Patreon because this is legitimately one of my favorite shows I'm following. It hits and scratches an itch that I just don't see often these days, and like I said, it really does make me feel like a kid again. Episode 5 was really good. We get properly introduced to a new character who I was expecting not to really enjoy too much. Little Princess, though, actually quite enjoyable, not infuriating, like her VA, like everything that she's offered up to this point. And, you know, despite having, like, some pretty basic, like, characteristics that you see in a lot of these types of characters, like the overpacking, which ends up causing the new ship, like literally they get a new ship and immediately it just crashes down. Turns out not for really bad reasons, just we overpacked. And that's just funny. But I do think she actually offers a pretty fun dynamic, and I didn't really think we needed any more with the cast, but you know, with the cast we got going on here with Goku, Glorio, everyone, it just, Kai and her, it's good. It just has a very fun charm, and of course there's suspicion. I do think it's going to be a situation where it's going to be a betrayal on top of a betrayal, like he'll end up turning over our characters, but then also try to stab them in the back all in one go. That feels like the dynamic we're building into, but at the same time, it could be a situation where he was trying to stab us in the back the whole time, but because he grows along the journey, he then ends up saving. It could also be that. Either way, I'm liking what we got going on right now. The only way it gets better is if they allow the Minotaur to kind of go with us, because this is the type of design you just don't see. I don't know much about the older Dragon Ball stuff, I've admitted that in the videos, but I really hope that this is just what Toriyama is known for, just making the most ridiculous freaking characters and character designs, whether for one-offs or main characters, and just having something that shouldn't work on paper, and it just works wonderfully. But I have to admit though, if I was Goku, I don't think you can recover from this. Goku is literally a walking anime convention. He doesn't wash his hands. He goes God knows how many days without showering. And when a giant cow, it is what it is, comes walking in a cave if your friends have to sniff you to know if that's your stench, you can't recover from that. You know what? If Goku was in a modern setting, I truly believe he would be like those goddamn articles that you see floating around every so often that would be like, scientifically proven you don't need to shower daily, and everyone clowns on it because they're like, have you been to an anime convention? Jesus Christ. Or scientifically proven, do we need deodorant? It's like, yes you do, and Goku is literally a walking example of such. This is what I mean, it's so deeply unserious. Like, there should be an emotional, like, oh my god, something's approaching, and they're sniffing their friend to realize if he smells like shit or not. Or, hey, people are looking for Goku and he's just taking the meanest shit behind the plant. It's just so silly, and I love that. We need more unseriousness in anime, so then when stuff does hit you, it's like, oh shit, wasn't expecting it to go that crazy. So we do get Super Saiyan Goku going up against Gloria. Glorio's abilities are cool, man. Like, the way he bends, like, electricity, like, he's an electricity bender or something. He was making whips and projectile beams. Really cool. Doesn't do shit. Like, I thought what we were building up to was him, like, because he was doing this big charge attack, and you could tell he was getting worried. I thought what they were building into was basically him powering down, say, actually, I value my life. But he did commit to the attack, and just the fact that it was like a blink and you miss it, and he's like, I win. Dude's a badass. Like, the framing and everything, the keyframes, the animation, like, the fact that the action has remained so freaking consistent, the lighting and everything, it's so hyper detailed. And I think, yes, I understand at face value they're in, like, their kid form, so it doesn't feel as maybe badass as some people remember other fights being. But this shit's excitement, man. It just, I love how much of an adventure. It feels more like an adventure anime rather than a battle shonen, which apparently is what Dragon Ball started out as. And, you know, I get that there's probably a lot of people more into the Z stuff and whatnot and just want it to be that type of show. To me, I just kind of look at Dragon Ball, especially as a newbie to the series, as something that it could probably be a bit of everything, and it all could work. And I am excited to jump into the other stuff once this is all said and done. But yeah, like, this is, I think we need to just have more silliness. And it's a shame because they're probably not going to keep this Minotaur around past maybe a bit of next episode, but I would love if they did, because it's just, they're either going to eat him as hamburgers or he's going to pop up randomly again throughout the run. But put him in the ship. Granted, if the luggage overloaded the weight, I'm sure this 800-pound bull would too, but I'm sure he could have a diet. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on either this latest episode or last week's episode. What are you thinking? You want to see more Dragon Ball Daima videos? Let me know, because I do love talking about this one. Thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Davin, Kyle Call, Steven, Austin Fernot, Rookie, Winter Naomi Vera, and we also have Master Creator. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.